Bruh, I hate the way that light look in the fucking picture. And you can't get the glare out, bro. Like, what the fuck? What's up? What's up? What it do? Getting ready to do an interview with Johnny Mitchell on a Connect podcast. See how that go. That should be good. How y'all doing out there though? Greetings from Iceland. What's up, Iceland? I'm gonna wait for a few more people to come in here because I want to ask some people their opinion. So I see that I did that video on Lakylia, right? And a bunch of people had opinions. Some had good opinions, some had bad ones. Maybe you put this on the phone. But the iPhone, shit, you can't do it if you do it with the iPhone don't even plug nothing up in it like that. So you gotta have an Android for that one. And that's cool. About to get ready to work. About to get ready to work. Just wanna see. About to hit the airport. Shit, less than 24 hours for real, for real. I ain't gonna be able to do that. I'll call him back though. Yeah, though. What's up? What's up? What's your what? Bro got that W. I don't know what you talking about, man. Say call it Sean Combs. Somebody said OnlyFans. Yeah, I don't have an OnlyFans, so I don't. When I hear OnlyFans, I don't even think of that. But okay, I got it. Okay, I got you. I mean, should I have an OnlyFans? I ain't got nothing to do. I don't think I need an OnlyFans. don't think I need an OnlyFans, bro. I'm barely keeping up with TikTok. Yeah, I can barely keep up with TikTok. YNW Melly back in court. The state files motion to delay retrial date. They on his line, man, too hard. Adults only crew. I ain't ready for no Virgin Voyage. I need one of them big double decker plane trips for Grand Rising. You look like you Ray Coach. Ready to coach? Okay. Bro, some of the questions the trolls even pose for their trolling, it'd be a little crazy to me, man. But anyway, I was thinking about Lakylia Taylor and Dewan Taylor, that's her brother, that situation out of Michigan. My Michigan people say East Point ain't really Detroit. They say it's on the other side of 8 Mile. I didn't know all that geographical history right there. When the news report came out, it said Detroit. But they saying that the reason why the case is being blown out of proportion, they say the reason why the case is being blown out of proportion is because it occurred on the other side of 8 Mile. Heroin and meth sold here at the drugstore. I invested in the country that legalized all drugs. Man, who cares about any of that, bro? Why everything changes after you say 10K. I don't know why they say everything changes after you save 10K. Once I got to 10K, I was trying to get to 20K. I was trying to use the money that I had when I made my first 10,000 to make another couple dollars. And it's so funny that when I made my first $10,000, I didn't even do what most people do, rush off and buy something. When I made my first $10,000 in the streets, I took every single dollar and invested it in something else. When I made my first $10,000 legally, when I made my first legal $10,000 in jail off of books, but I'm talking about on the streets. So that's a different ball game. You know what I'm saying? But depending on how you make your first $10,000. Depending on how you make your first $10,000, that's going to determine how you invest it. Florida to the Bahamas. I crossed from Florida to the Bahamas on a small skiff boat. That ain't nothing but like 90 miles. I wanted to do a video on that. Dude said he went from Florida to the Bahamas on a skiff boat. Florida to the Bahamas video I have ever created. In this video, I am going to be crossing from Florida to the Bahamas in a small boat. I'm going to be adventuring, meeting friends, going on quite a few missions, and boy oh boy do we have some challenges. So if you like amazing visuals, a crazy story, yeah, I got to check that out. Without further ado, let's get this video started. Gully TV looking for you in that Benz wagon. Gully TV ain't looking for me. For Gully TV to be looking for me, that'd be like him looking for cancer, bro. Like he could joke and play all this goofy shit with the internet. You know what I mean? And I don't want no smoke. I don't want no real trouble. But we are not the same. Like I seen he was talking that jazzy shit about JoJo Capone, talking about y'all talking about I'm supposed to be scared of JoJo. JoJo would do this to me. I bust my gun too. I was on the front page, bruh. I looked Gully up in all them Eric Jones. His son was in the paper for busting his gun, shooting the wrong motherfucker, and then shooting into a house and hitting the innocent motherfucker. But we ain't. I'm not gonna even entertain no tough shit between me and Gully. Like maybe fighting because he work out. I work out, but I've been in jail. I did 17 years in jail. I know how to defend myself, but we ain't in jail. I'm playing for keys. I'm gonna lock and a sock his ass. And you know what I mean by that in the real world. I don't know what that was. What's up, Slim? Rick, what you talking about? I'm lost. He say, Rick say, what you laughing at? I kept pushing. What you talking about, Rick? And we went to the Bahamas on this joint. He got all this stuff in there, road. That's an invention. What's up, bro? You never got back to me. I don't even know who you are, homie. Your name Easy24. How could I get back at you? No, I'ma stop trolling. I just don't that you diss. What? I'm gonna read it exactly the way you wrote it. I tried to figure it out. Nah, I'ma stop trolling. I just don't that you diss Erie just because you have a problem with Gully. I was rocking with you. Fuck Gully, bro. Ain't nobody diss Erie. I don't know nobody from Erie other than Gully and two, three other dudes. I ain't got no reason to diss Erie. It's nothing in Erie for me. I'm from Washington, D.C. I ain't diss Erie. He diss Erie saying he was God's gift to a corner. If you from Erie and y'all let him run around talking about he's a representation of y'all, he's God gift to a corner in Erie, y'all letting Gully disrespect Erie. I know thorough dudes from Erie. Here it is, the parole dude, like the police type dude, shot and killed the dude up there. Everybody else talking about him and the injustice of him being shot and killed by his parole officer. What Gully do? Gully come back around and say, yo, this my student. Yo, he looked up to me. Like, bruh, he's a narcissist. He might be a sociopath, but he's definitely a narcissist, bruh. Someone got killed by law enforcement. He come on the Instagram and YouTube saying this was my student. He looked up to me. Who the fuck cares? Who asked anybody was the dude that the parole officer killed his student? Like, that's a disrespect to the nigga to me. Who the fuck want to be remembered as a student of Gully? Jamil. If that was my family, I'd have smacked the shit out of Gully for talking about my peoples was his student. His student? How can you have a student? You got Vogues on a Benz wagon like a 2015 joint, 2010 joint. Don't like that you what? How y'all trying to I don't know what you talking about. Oh, somebody understood that. So it ain't just, let me slow down, because sometimes I be talking and I don't care how it sounds. Easy24 said, how you spend a conversation about a brother's death and turn into your personal gratification. That come from a person that got something wrong with their mental, bruh. Like, I don't think narcissist covers that whole aspect. You would never see me, for an example, long live, man, twin, right? From my city. He got killed by the police, okay? I would have never spoke about his matter, and then say he was my youngin' or he was under me. He was my student. My student, Gully ain't never sold no bricks. His student in what? The dude that got shot was still out here getting money. He was still out here jamming, according to his people. Gully gonna come up and say, "Oh, this is a bad situation that's going on up here," acting like he's breathing, giving life to it. Man, the brother got killed 4-5 days before Gully mentioned anything about it. Shout out to my man Terry from up there in Erie. He was repping that shit from day one. Gully ain't started talking about this shit for 4-5 days after people have been outside marching. You never seen him outside marching. You seen him on his mother's porch. You ain't see him outside marching. And I ain't say that you got him march. You ain't see him outside doing nothing. Seen him on his mother's porch. Seen him on his mother's porch, bro. Think about it. You seen him on his mother's porch talking about this dude was my student. He didn't say nothing special about him. He didn't say nothing about how he grew up, how he was out there doing anything good or bad. He ain't leave no representation of who he is or what he's supposed to be. He said, this guy was my student. You know, he really looked up to me. Find me one other person from Erie that believed that anybody is Gully's student, man. Somebody say, nah, old boy that got killed was his own boss. I'm telling you, I know him from somewhere else. See, Gully think he bringing that story to light on the internet. But in all actuality, I already knew who bro was. He turned my stomach saying that I might have, did I get a picture of that? I should have clicked a picture of that. My older brother do that BS. No matter the conversation, he'll turn into him some way, somehow. That shit is exhausting, fam. But yeah, dude was looking for some notification off dude death. That's insane. Bruh, somebody else seen it. That's crazy. I thought that I'm the only one that looked at that like that. Not because I'm the only one that can. I didn't think anybody else cared enough about what he was talking about to know what it was. But I follow other dudes' social media from Erie, Pennsylvania. Like, I really wanted to cover the situation that the people shot him, but I didn't want to mix up me trolling Gully with a real situation. But lo and behold, a week later, he come and say, oh, this is content. I'm going to tell the world this was my young boy. That ain't your young boy. Shawty still, well, let me not call him Shawty. That dude was still getting money. Gully ain't getting no money. Gully a door dasher. I know good men up area that say Slim a clown. I do too. That's why I say every time they keep trying to make me to be a dude that's just dissing Uri, bro. I never was dissing Uri. I was dissing him. And his perception of coming from Uri as being this New York, Philadelphia type of nigga. Be a Uri nigga. Like the Uri niggas that I know, they thorough Uri niggas. Big, strong, tough, go through the rough winters in between Buffalo, Cleveland, and Philadelphia, and they rep that blue collar shit. Gully want to pretend like he from motherfucking New York or Philadelphia. He not. He's a fraud. I'm watching from Baltimore City. Peace to the chat. Shout out to Baltimore. His name was Cello. That's how you say it? Yeah, days after the killing. Casey, man, crazy as fuck, homeboys, dog up there. I was in the green for 20 years. I don't know what you talk about, bro. Everyday Curry. Oh, he put the music on. That made it cool. This dude, I'm watching this joint on YouTube. I'm just trying to find some different shit that I'm gonna do when I go back to these water joints. And he drove this little teeny ass boat from Florida to the Bahamas. That I know that's supposed to only be like 90 minutes on a regular boat, but this video is 2 hours some change. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Good afternoon. It ain't afternoon where I'm at, champ. Kansas City. What's up, Kansas City? What it do, Kansas City? Kansas City, what it do? Dudes from KC dug up their op that was in the grave for 20 years. Oh, I get it. I ain't with that. I ain't gonna disrespect the dead. I don't mean what I'm gonna get out of digging up my ops from 20 years ago. I ain't doing that. And then think about this. Even if I dug up a grave, I'm not into that. So I don't even want the conversation to start about it. But I'm trying to make another point. For somebody who think it's cool to dig up a grave of some people they beefing with, you gonna make somebody else mad. That's crazy as fuck. Who the fuck would do that? Yeah, you gonna make somebody else mad. Would you ride a jet ski on the Anacostia? I thought about it, and then I thought about it. I'm saying the answer to that question is probably yes. But I remember I tried to take my girl to do that when they first started doing the jumps on the Anacostia. Even the jumps you can ride from down there at the National Harbor, you can ride it up the Potomac. Once my people showed me how dirty the water was, like when I'm on jet skis, I'm doing all type of tricks, water splashing. When you think about how dirty that Anacostia water is, and the sentiments in it and all that, like it don't seem as appealing. Oh, this dude must be running his own drone. He got to be. For him to travel from Florida to the Bahamas by himself, right? For him to travel from Florida to the Bahamas by himself, he got to have this drone. He got to be doing a drone shot of his own. Because he's by himself. There's no other way to get there. There's no one else for miles, miles and miles and miles. That's his work. But that's a cool joint he did. Hepatitis, that's one thing. But I mean, somebody said that the water, the bad stuff, the levels of the pollution in those rivers has gone down. For people who don't know, the Anacostia River is a river that runs through Washington, D.C. And DC natives, we think that it's a filthy river. Like it was deemed unswimmable. It was deemed unswimmable. But recently they said you could swim in the Anacostia River. Say, what up, Eon? Love your piece on Fly and where he came from. Keep it up, fam. Very informative. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't know how that video content right there was gonna come out. Fly wanted to show people where he grew up at, and he wanted to visit personally his old house where he lived when he was a kid. And in the process of it, it turned into a video of just showing people how that part of Southeast. Look, you notice like Fly use old terms like Congress Heights. Young people in DC don't really even use the term Congress Heights. They gonna say Walla, Willa, or the alley up connoisseurs. But in all actuality, the street connoisseurs wraps all the way around Walla to the bottom. Hold on 1 second, John. water in the house. That's crazy. Bronx fam, you ain't got nothing better to talk about. Bronx fam, you ain't got nothing better to talk about. You couldn't have said nothing. You can't say nothing that makes sense. Your name Bronx fam, right? So let me tell you this, Bronx fam. You from like the fourth most popular borough in hip hop, fat. Hold on, bro. Somebody calling my phone. I don't even know who that is. Skip that. Detroit has a self-defense law. Detroit has a self-defense law. MCL section 780 972. I have been paying attention when educate us, police from Newark, New Jersey. Salute. I know the Michigan has a self-defense law, but you know, they got so many elements in the case of Lakylia that they gonna have to prove. Remember, self-defense has elements, but I think because I think like a prosecutor, I'm just trying to think like a lawyer. I think because they alleged that she ran to get the gun and other little elements that they trying to paint that picture, but a good lawyer supposed to take care of that and make that what it is. I mean, if he went from Florida to the Bahamas, where's your passport? He kind of did that without no customs. So then that means that he could have met somebody in the Bahamas and moved that shit back, but coming back to the United States, he dead, bro. Do you still what? DC dude, hold on. This whoever this Bronx fam, and I don't know where he from, but he wants some attention. He making 5, 6 comments back to back. Let me see what he said. DC dudes be riding our style, how we talk, dressing all. Nobody believes that. DC dudes and New York dudes don't even walk alike, talk alike, nor dress alike. I ain't gonna give you no attention on that one. Still talking about Alpo. Do you still talking about? What does that mean? Do first and foremost, I don't give a fuck about Alpo. Fuck Alpo, may he rest in peace. What else you want to say? Wayne been locked up, bro. You ain't got no conversation, bro. I bet you know a lot about NYC when I know nothing about DC. You sure know a whole lot about DC. You know about Wayne. You know about Alpo. You know about whatever else you talking about, and you bored. But I'm gonna leave you over there in your little dusty ass dwellings. I'm gonna let you type. I don't even what you talking about don't bother me. I don't care nothing about you. If I was from New York, I would probably be from Harlem or Brooklyn anyway. I wouldn't be from the Bronx. So your name is Bronx fan. Like you from like the fourth most popular borough of New York. Like you're not even in the top 2 boroughs, bro. You from the Bronx. You got Bronx fam in your name. You probably one of them dudes that think that your claim to fame is that hip hop came from the Bronx. Let me inform you, no one cares about that in 2025. No one even cares about the Bronx. You do know that, right? If you from Harlem or Brooklyn and shit like that, outside of New York, don't nobody even care about you, Holmes. No disrespect to the Bronx, you know, shout out to hop and shit. But if you ain't from Brooklyn and you ain't from Harlem, niggas outside of New York don't care about you. I don't care about what you talking about. I'm just saying your name is Bronx fam. I'm trying to tell you, I want to inform you. Outside of New York City, no one gives a fuck about a Bronx nigga. Like, a Bronx nigga may be important in New York City. A Bronx nigga may be important in New York State Prison. A Bronx nigga may be important in the Fed somewhere in a car full of other New York niggas. But no one aspires to go visit the Bronx. No respect. But you listen and try to rap. Nobody trying to do no go-go. Once again, you dick riding DC. You said you don't know nothing about DC. You know something about go-go. My niggas from New York that hadn't been to DC only heard of go-go in passing. You sit on here dick ride DC talking about how we aspire to be like New York and we want to walk like y'all and talk like y'all. Homeboy, your name says Bronx fam. You don't even represent what most people think about when they think of New York City, homie. You probably from Yonkers. You probably like a Locks type nigga. No disrespect to the Locks, but bro, your name say Bronx fam. If you ain't from Brooklyn or Harlem, bro, don't talk no shit to me. You ain't known for nothing but hip hop, bro. Y'all ain't known for slinging. Y'all ain't known for banging. Y'all ain't known for nothing but Y'all ain't known for nothing but hip hop, bro. Fat Pun, Big Pun, and Fat Joe. Come on, bro. Puerto Ricans run that shit over there. Don't nobody give a fuck about you. Your name Bronx fam. Change your name. Nigga gonna say he don't know nothing about DC, but mention go-go. I met people from Detroit and California that never heard of go-go. But you talking about we want to be like you. You speaking about a music genre that comes from Washington, D.C. uniquely. I ain't talking nowhere else. You know our music, bro. That's how much you on our dick. Bronx were always known as the dirtiest. They had the best prices. I love Backyard Band, Go-Go's. Had the best parties, full of females. You bugging out. I'm bugging out or he bugging out. DC is nothing like New York. In a most respectable way, New York is nothing like DC. DC is nothing like New York. It's totally different cultures, bruh. His trolling didn't even make sense. He came on here, before he said something about Go, he said, y'all DC dudes want to be like New York boys. First and foremost, no man says New York boys. No real New York nigga gonna say New York boys. That's how I know I'm talking to somebody that's less than a man. No real nigga gonna say, you DC dudes is jealous of cats from New York, something, something, something. Y'all want to be like New York boys. I don't want to be like no boy nowhere in the country. I don't want to be like the 50 boys. I don't want to be like the young boys. I don't want to be like the hot boys. Everything about me is manly. Fuck, I want to use the term boy. Where I come from, if you fuck with boys, something wrong with you. So, if you consider New York guys from the Bronx boys, I think somebody should check you. Oh, now you don't want to talk no more. Oh, no, hold on. He said something else. Let me see what it says. It said, DC ain't nothing outside the Fed. Oh, now that's what you want to. But you talking about go-go? You say you from New York, you talking about go-go. That mean DC done something outside the Feds, bro. Have you been to the Feds? And for you to say DC ain't nothing outside the Feds, you must have been victimized in the Feds. You one of them niggas, and niggas went in your pockets, went in your locker, patted your ass or something. Somebody did something bad to you and they said they was from DC. Most dudes that talk like that, especially to say they from New York, because I don't even know if you really from New York. Your name Bronx fam. You named yourself Bronx fam. Part of the Bronx you from? You ain't even from the Bronx, nigga. You from Yonkers. You live over top of DMX and you from Yonkers. You from Yonkers, ain't you? I know you from Yonkers. And I ain't even disrespecting Yonkers, but you not from New York City. I mean, for real, technically, even though the Bronx is one of the boroughs, when you think of New York City, you don't even think of the Bronx for real, bro. Think about it. If you from below the Mason-Dixon line, you from like D.C., Baltimore, Richmond, when you think New York, you even think about the Bronx. When I think of New York, I think of Jay-Z, Biggie Smalls, Nas, 50 Cent, Don't nobody, like, most of the young out here in the streets don't even know that hip hop was supposed to have been born in the Bronx. Most young dudes don't know that. They don't care nothing about it. Baltimore got the best rappers. Everyone knows Tupac is in Europe. Lord, so it was a goat and got killed. I don't know who the fuck that is. He bugging, not you, Eon. I don't even want to get into the New York thing. Like, he one of them niggas that make it an issue. And he probably, if he's even really from the Bronx, see, a nigga who put their name as Bronx fan probably not even from the Bronx. He probably Yonkers somewhere, Mount Vernon or something. But I'm really from where I'm from. I don't got to claim Northeast, Northwest, Southeast. I'm from Washington, D.C., bro. You from the Bronx. If your name is indicating where you from. Yo, in this bitch, what's up, Ohio? He's a kid, probably. I'm gonna leave it alone, though. I be forgetting there be kids on here. I ain't gonna lie, I be forgetting there be kids on here. My man say, he said he listen to Shot Gillespie and Wale. DC like that. They got some serious players in the game. Why hate? Okay. It's nothing we never wanted to be like a dude from New York. Always looked at them dudes as Bahamas, no disrespect. Especially when I was young. But I mean, I got some New York men that I fuck with nowadays. But as a kid, hell nah. I mean, unless we talking about just, just liking rappers. Like, I grew up liking Run DMC. I mean, I got my first pair of Adidas. Well, that's not true. My father and them Lord niggas came home Timberlands and Stan Smith and New Balance. So my father wore Stan Smith. But my first pair of shell toe Adidas, I bought because my first pair of shell toe Adidas I bought because of Run DMC. Let's keep it 100. And my older cousin, who was like a brother to me, long live Markel, same person Gunu named after, if you know anything about DC rap, since we was talking about rappers. He taught me how to break dance and pop. And we used to make money when we was kids. Since we talking about New York and hip hop, let me say this. Oh, damn, brother's sitting on the water. Having fun in the Bahamas. And he was a little more advanced than me at everything, from basketball to dressing to girls to fashion to even going in the street. Like, I learned how to hustle because he had been outside before me and so forth and so on. Brick Squad, what's up? Okay, some of my people up here, KRS1. All right. Shout out to Harlem, my guy. They are fans. Harlem is the Bronx fans? Come on, bro. Stop playing. In the 90s, a whole lot of them got shipped back home, coming here thinking the city was sweet. Yeah, I kind of be ducking that topic, but you're right. People got to get out of the hood and see the world is good men everywhere. Crawford, the boxer from Nebraska, sad brother, and will beat you up. Think about it. From Nebraska. But it ain't a whole bunch of Terrence Crawfords. Like, he one of a kind. I grew up in Brooklyn, been to DC many times. DC dress code is so different. Y'all dress up in DC. Some people do, because now you got a whole new culture, motherfuckers. It's just dirty. You got to tell them motherfuckers go get in the bag. I seen a meme. Shout out to my man. He put up a meme on Instagram that said, oh, they have a Muslim down here in the Bahamas. But he put up a meme that said, y'all bitches be having babies by niggas y'all. What's up, y'all? Florida in the building. Florida, what's up? What it do? How you living down there? Who you got, Crawford or Canelo? I was a Canelo fan before I became a Crawford fan, but right now I gotta go with Crawford, man. Canelo bad man now, though. Let's not be tripping. 90s, DC could never come up here and sell anything. Hey, bruh, I think you might be a kid now. DC niggas never to aspire to go to New York to sell anything. You gotta leave. New York niggas leave New York. Why the fuck? That's like a nigga who shoot the ball as much as Kobe Bryant want to go to a team where Allen Iverson is the man. That's not what you do. You know, I know DC dudes that went to New York for several reasons. Like I got an uncle, he caught a body in the 80s, and he went to New York. I know some dudes that went to New York to find plugs and this and that, but DC dudes don't aspire to go to New York to get money, not streetwise, because it's all the money you want in the DC area, DC, Maryland, and Virginia. And further, I'm just talking about in the local area. You don't know DC nigga go to New York to get money. You sound stupid, bro. You gotta be a kid. He gotta be a kid, right or wrong, y'all. In the 90s, DC could never come out here and sell anything. You gotta be a kid. A DC, and you can't know street culture. DC niggas don't travel other places to have to set up shop. They do because they want to, or they know somebody, or they got family there. A DC nigga will never travel. The typical DC nigga does not have to travel to New York. New York niggas leave New York to get money. You gotta be a kid, bro. I'm gonna have to stop responding to you now, bro, because you let me know that you're a kid. You gotta be a kid. He gotta be a kid, right or wrong, though. Vegas tapped in. What's up, Vegas? Who you think? Crawford? We didn't have to go to New York to get money, bruh. I've never met a DC dude to say, "Yo, let's go to New York, son." I've never met a DC dude that wanted to go to New York to get no money. Now, I met DC dudes that went to New York to get products, and I ain't talking just about drugs. You're going to see a lot of dudes now hustlers, so you're not going to really comprehend what I'm talking about. When I mean by product, I mean clothes, materials. For an example, before I was doing what I'm doing now, and some of you people see me, I'm also an author and a publisher. I write books. You check my books out. Eon Williams. Go to eonwilliams.com. Go to Amazon and type in Eon Williams, EYONE. But anyway, I'm a publisher and an author before I was doing any of this stuff with YouTube. So I used to go to New York, 125th Street, the Bronx, all these other spots that had book retailers and sell books. So even that capacity, I went to New York to drop off a load. No one goes to New York from DC. Let me just speak about us. Don't nobody go to New York from DC to hustle. Like, why would you go on a corner where it's already 100 niggas, where you from it might be 5? New York niggas leave New York to get money. Believe that. Oh, Charlie P on his line. Bronx fam. We didn't need to come up there, rock out. DC was just